Have you ever heard of the Son of Sam? New York City, 1976. The city that never slept until fear forced it to. Between 1976 and 1977, a quiet man named David Berkowitz terrorized the streets of New York. By day, he was a postal worker. By night, a cold-blooded killer armed with a .44 caliber revolver. His targets? Mostly young women with long dark hair, and the men who happened to be with them. Born in Brooklyn in 1953, David Berkowitz was adopted by a kind middle-class couple. He was a smart but troubled child, showing early signs of violence. After his adoptive mother's death and a stint in the U.S. Army, he returned with no direction, only anger. Then, on July 29, 1976, the killings began. 2 young women were in a parked car when a man opened fire. 1 died instantly. The city had just met its nightmare. Over the next year, 6 people were killed and 7 wounded in eerily similar attacks. All at night, all with the same gun. Newspapers called him the .44 caliber killer. But it wasn't until April 1977 that he gave himself a name. At a double murder scene, police found a letter addressed to the Police of Queens. It read, "I am a monster. I am the son of Sam. When Father Sam gets drunk, he gets mean. He tells me to kill." The writing was rambling, childlike, yet filled with rage. He claimed he was being controlled by a demon-possessed dog named Harvey, belonging to his neighbor, Sam Carr. He said the dog's voice commanded him to kill. Soon, panic swept across New York. Women cut their hair short, dyed it blonde, or avoided going out altogether. Every shadow looked like Son of Sam. Every parked car felt like a trap. Police worked around the clock. Thousands of tips came in, hundreds of suspects questioned. But nothing stuck. Then, on August 10, 1977, a small mistake changed everything. A woman in Brooklyn noticed a man loitering near her neighbor's car the night of the final shooting. And that car had gotten a parking ticket. The name on the ticket? David Berkowitz, Yonkers. When officers approached his apartment, they found the .44 revolver in his glove box, maps of the crime scenes, and another threatening letter ready to send. "You got me. What took you so long?" Berkowitz confessed to the murders, calmly, even proudly. He told investigators that the demon in the dog made him do it. Later, he'd admit that story was fake, a way to plead insanity. He was sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms, more than 300 years in prison. But the story didn't end there. In the 1980s, Berkowitz claimed he found religion. He now calls himself the Son of Hope. He writes letters to victims' families, claims to counsel other inmates, and insists he's a changed man. He even refuses parole, saying he deserves to stay behind bars. Still, for the people of New York, the fear he created never really faded. The streets remember the summer when no one felt safe. When the city itself seemed to tremble every time a dog barked in the dark. The Son of Sam. A man who turned a city's heartbeat into panic. And who left behind a legacy written in bullets and fear. If you'd like a part 2 on this story, where we dig deeper into the cult rumors, the strange letters, and the mind behind the Son of Sam, let me know in the comments. There's a lot more to this case than what the headlines ever revealed. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and as always, stay spooky.